So we landed in Cape Town. First stop is the Table Mountain Cableway. Quite a queue, quite a wait, but well worth it. I haven't been up in like 25, 30 years, so keen to see what it looks like from the top. And yeah, start of a good trip, and obviously the LBJ course coming up on Saturday. But should be a blast. Hopefully I'll finally crack my 700th bird. Let's see how the weekend goes. So there's Table Mountain behind me, the car coming down. Yeah, Table Mountain is one of the 7 wonders of the natural world, and hardly surprising. So yeah, gonna go up and take a look. But yeah, awesome experience, and looking forward to doing this again for the first time in decades. Time to admire the view. So we finished at the top of Table Mountain. Gonna head back down and head to the accommodation and see how the weekend unfolds. And we're on our way down. Back to the car, and back to the ground. So that concludes an epic trip up the Table Mountain Cableway. As I mentioned, I haven't been up here for 25-30 years, so really awesome to do it again. And yeah, obviously this weekend's about the LBJ course in Durbanville, but you know, down here for 4 days you have to do a bit of sightseeing. Onward to the accommodation. So we have arrived at the stunning Lagoon Beach Apartments, staying in Milnerton. Stunning sea view from the apartment, and hopefully should be a good base for conducting the LBJ course for the weekend, and of course a bit of birding, picking up a bit of laughers and some sightseeing. Let's see how the weekend goes. So here on the stunning Milnerton beach, really beautiful. Table Mountain across the bay. What a place to be. First evening in Cape Town, and what a beautiful sunset. Standing on the balcony here in Milnerton, and if you listen carefully in the background you can hear, oh, there it goes again. There's a barn owl calling, and it's really awesome to have an owl like that calling in the suburban environment of Milnerton. Yes, we're right near the beach, but a lot of high-rise buildings, apartments and so on, and really awesome. Oh, they just called again. Really awesome to have an owl like that in this area, and a really awesome end to day one. Spectacular stuff. You've got to love Cape Town. So on my way to the venue now for the LBJ course. misty Saturday morning in Cape Town. Seeing as it's probably not an ideal birding day, what better day to learn about LBJs than today? So back at the apartment after the LBJ course this morning. Nice group of people, almost 30 of us. So we'll do some more birding tomorrow with the group, go for some specials. But right now, off to Rondaflay. Just a nice chilled afternoon and some casual birding, maybe a couple of pelicans. Nothing special, but you know, just chill and relax. It's a nice walk along the waterside trail towards the Hyde at Rondaflay. Table Mountain in the distance. We'll see what we get once we get to the Hyde. Not too much at the Hyde's, only really common stuff. Lesser swamp warbler, red knob coot, Cape shoveler, common moorhen. Yeah, nothing dramatic, but just a nice chilled afternoon out. Tail end of our Rondaflay little walk. Nothing dramatic, but got Cape bulbul, southern double-collared sunbird. We got little rush warbler, a few nice things. Nothing spectacular, but just nice to be out and having a chilled walk on a Saturday afternoon. End of the second day in Cape Town. Beautiful sunset behind me at Milnerton Lagoon. Really looking nice. Mainly spent the day giving the lecture in Durbanville. Spent a bit of time at Rondaflay, nothing spectacular, but tomorrow's the big birding day. Going to take the group out to find some LBJs, and more specifically going to try and get a couple of lifers for myself. I'm on 699, so hoping to finally crack 700 for Southern Africa. Should be a good day. But now, time to chill and unwind. Awesome, so I've just been chatting to a couple of people and we're good to go for the fynbos button quail twitch. It is a sensitive species, and Cape Bird Club in particular is particularly adamant, and rightly so, that we don't twitch, or anybody twitches, too close to the breeding season or during the breeding season. We've just found out, amongst others, BirdLife Overberg has got their twitch a week after ours to also flush the fynbos button quail. So it looks like breeding season wise we're lucky to be early enough. We're still good to go, so I think tomorrow should be good. The important thing with all of these sensitive species, always make sure that you bird as ethically and environmentally responsibly as possible. We've gone to every length to make sure we're not doing it too late in the season that we're going to cause any disruption to these birds. Others are doing flushes around the similar time, so we're good to go. Fynbos button quail, here we come.
So it's Sunday morning, the morning of the practical outing for the LBJs course. Just to follow up on the fynbos button quail twitch, I just mentioned that I'd spoken to a couple of people and we were good to go. Got some more news this morning. It is really close to the breeding season, and on top of that, there's another group of birders going out this morning before us. To be brutally honest, you know, the birds always come first ahead of life lists, including my own. Just wouldn't feel good this close to the birding season doing a second flush with our group this afternoon. So going to give the fynbos button quail a skip. I only need one bird for $6.99 and there are two other lifers I can chase, so that's more than good enough for me. You know, we always have to put the birds first, and quite happy in their interest to give this one a skip, and we'll get fynbos button quail another time, come down specifically for that. Anyway, I head out and meet the group, and let's see how they find the LBJ's book working for them in the field.
here. 90% of the group is coming on the practical outing today as well. So yeah, let's see what LBJs we find, and let's see how they find using the book. So we've arrived at a road called Spare Spawner, so we're going to start looking for our first batch of LBJs. See how the morning unfolds. Overcast weather but not raining, so birds should stay active. Should be good. Weather's a bit chilly, windy and misty. Got a few LBJs so far, but we stopped at a beautiful dam. There's some blue cranes, always worth stopping for. That's a blue crane for me? Stopped for some LBJs and got the surprise of Lana Falcon, which is pretty cool. At the spot we've got African pipit, we got large-billed lark, red-capped lark, some cool stuff, but the Lana Falcon was an awesome surprise. So we're finishing off our morning LBJ outing at a quarry in an area called Hillcrest, hoping to get peregrine falcon just as a nice extra bird for the day. It's been a good morning so far. We'll chase the specials this afternoon, and yeah, good end to the course, I have to say. Busy looking at familiar chat, with the typical chats flick their wings, wheat ears wag their tail story. Obviously down here in the Western Cape, familiar chat is by miles the most common. Nice obvious bird to work with ID wise for the group, and yeah, nice cool LBJ to end off our morning's birding outing with. So the birding day's taken an interesting aesthetic turn for the good. We're at Welgevonden here in Stellenbosch. Really incredible estate, specifically looking for brimstone canary, which if we get it will be 700, so let's hope we crack it. Awesome, so that's brimstone canary in the bag, 700th bird, and what a cool bird to get it with. So I've been searching for that one for years. Finally got it thanks to Jacques at Welgevonden. Brilliant. What a highlight for the trip. So we finished the end of our final full day in Cape Town. Decided to pop in at Blouberg Strand. A nice way to end the day. Birding done for the weekend. Really good. We're going to chill tomorrow, do a bit more sightseeing. As I mentioned earlier, I got all the target birds I was after. 701 species is my South African life list now. So really good weekend, and what a way to end a full day in Cape Town. So it's the last morning of our trip down to Cape Town. hosting the LBJs course. Sad to be going back, but we still have a nearly full day. Only have to be at the airport at 4 o'clock. So have to be out of the apartment by 10, having breakfast, and then we're gonna hit Stony Point, Betty's Bay. Vanessa's waving in the background. It's been a good weekend. Cape Town is mind-blowing. So as mentioned this morning, taking a drive out to Betty's Bay, Stony Point. Gonna have a look at the penguins, maybe pop in at Harold Porter Botanical Gardens. Chapman's Peak is always famous around Cape Town, but I have to say I love Clarence Drive. I think it's even more scenic and a more exhilarating drive than Chapman's Peak. So yeah, last afternoon heading out to Betty's Bay, get a few birds, have some lunch, head to the airport. As usual, let's see what we get. Out here on Clarence Drive, you have to stop at the lookout points. Compared to last time I was out here, a lot more little mobile coffee shops at the various lookout points. Really geared towards tourism and sightseeing. Epic. We're going to stop for some coffee. Really awesome place. And here is an old signpost for the famous Clarence Drive. In my mind, one of the best passes in southern Africa. As typical with these mountain areas, you have to check out, obviously, bird-wise at these various lookout points on Clarence Drive. While we stopped here, we got Karupinia, but then some of the more regular species associated with rocky areas, Cape Rock Thrush, Cape Bunting. So some cool stuff. Definitely worth looking for birds while you stop on Clarence Drive. So we're here at Stony Point. I have to say, compared to Simonstown, I prefer this penguin colony. Certainly not as commercial, and really nice atmosphere. So we're going to go and check some penguins, see what other shoreline seabirds we get. Cool place to bird. Flying back to Joburg. Wish I was living in Cape Town, but I'm not. Birding's been good. End of an amazing trip. And when we land, I'll do a final summary of what we saw and what our experiences were.